Alright, yet another demo review. This time we have the man himself.
Ivan.
Was there anything in particular you want to like review that you noticed in the game?
I can't remember, dude. I
Alright.
can't remember what happened in this game.
Is there anything in particular in general in your gameplay that you're like you noticed that you're struggling with?
I just gotta get learn that, obviously.
I don't know why I was doing that in spawn.
Trying to do nerd smokes. Alright then. Let's just see what goes on. This is gonna be a knife round.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Someone
One of their
was
team members is AFK or couldn't connect.
Couldn't
Yeah,
connect.
that was Betsy. Yeah, she
That's
couldn't
Betsy,
connect
right?
for a bit. Yeah.
Actually, but that wasn't even the worst part of their pistol round. Albert still thought it was warm up, so he shot his teammate twice in the face. So that kind of ended the round right there, as you'll see.
Oh no!
My God.
Oh, you could have died.
Yeah.
Yo, isn't running with the flash out right there, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was taking a gamble there. Oh
Throw some
shit,
somewhere
he still
safer.
kills one.
Alright, you're gonna go for the flank.
I'm pretty sure I get domed here.
No, you actually back away. I remember you retreated instantly.
Oh.
Hmm. Just have to make a move.
Ooh.
It's already too late. So, um, in that case, I would have just like pushed aggressively in tunnels. Because if you win that fight, it's better since you're splitting up with your team and they
Yeah, but I
don't
lost
know.
the fight against Austin there.
No, you
Tons.
didn't. Like, you didn't even take that fight. Like, you could have at least kept me there, right? So I
Yeah,
can't help my teammates out on site. Like,
yeah,
right here, I just know you retreated, right? So I'm pushing you from behind. Like, this round's over.
Gotcha.
yeah. So in that case, it was just better to just fight, and if you die, you die. Like, but if you win, you substantially increase your chances for your team.
B is technically harder to retake, correct?
Yeah,
Than A.
B's extremely hard to retake. Although both sites are like pretty hard to retake on Dust2. But yeah, so like at at this point, not even at this point. Let me go back. I mean, it doesn't help that one of your teammates is already super lit.
Yeah.
Let's go so right here, if they decided to rush A, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Um, so at minimum, you should peek it with your gun out, and then maybe after a little, like 1 or 2 seconds, then maybe decide to take that gamble, right?
Okay.
But you're just waiting for that like rush timing. And if the rush doesn't come, then they're probably like somewhere else, or they're playing it slow, in which case you have better odds to push with the nade out.
Okay.
And then right here. So your team just tried to push window and died. One more ramp, and then one's behind you. He's going mid. So you're gonna take this fight. I would aggressively push up now and like try to just use that USP accuracy on him. And then because if you win this, then now it's 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3. And the, like in terms of like angles, you have window angle and oh my gosh. Oh, smokes block. You have window angle, door angle, and tunnel angle. Now everyone has like a 1v1. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if
let's
you
say
win
let's
this, yeah.
so let's say I push through the tons, I lose the fight. Austin can technically just push through under ton to lower, correct? If I lost the fight,
If you
like
lost the fight, then it's kind of over anyways, because it's
okay,
4v2 at that point.
okay,
You know what I mean? If you
yeah, yeah,
give up this push, right, and you go here, now you have 3 people here, but 4 people here. And
yeah,
these 4 people can do 2 on one angle, 2 on one angle. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So at that point, you lose like the chance that you have. I'd rather you take this fight. If you win this, then now it's 3v3, and you have a 1v1 here. There's a 1v1 here, and then there's a 1v1 here. And even I think if you killed Austin, I don't think Max would be watching. He's not watching right now. But you have a chance to get 2 frags easy. And then now you have a really good chance because he's focused on this smoke or the window, right?
yeah.
It's really just Andrew that like poses the big threat because he's looking right at you. But this is the fight to take.
I see.
And by backing off, because you have timer pressure, they don't need to move, but you have to make a move. And then like your teammates took way too long. But if you had won this fight, then maybe you could say, okay, I got tunnels, let's go all together. Now you have that 3-person push, and now it's 1v1v1, like
I think
v1.
I think I could have also better communicated too that I backed off, and then maybe had
Hmm.
someone switch with me. Maybe that's a thought.
Mm. Yeah, because
Yeah.
TK was behind you, so you could have done a 2v1 push here,
Yeah,
but he already went up mid, so it's too like
yeah,
too
yeah.
late. Um, but yeah, there was a small chance that you could have won that round. Just a little bit of decision making changes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was about to say, like, when you push back up here, like, a lot of the retake spots on B, they're chokeholds anyway. Even if you file, like, 2 people or 3 people through doors, they're pretty much 1v1s in the first place. You guys are
Yeah,
probably just gonna be tapped one by one.
yeah. So just basically trying to get more angles on the enemy is always better.
Yeah.
Unless if you outnumber them, then you can trade in the same angle, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Because in that case you are outnumbered, so you should try to take the riskier fight. But yeah, let's see. See the buy. Nice utility. Gamble that they're gonna go cat. It's fine. Okay, now you should have call out long. Ooh, you're gonna get
Yeah.
pinned. um,
Austin gets an ace here. I remember.
trying to
Because they all
think.
save him.
Yeah, trying to think what's better in this scenario.
I would
Hmm.
have to say at a team level, just like Milkman and gamble a stack. Like, there's no way you're gonna fight
Yeah,
2v5
especially
on
since
site.
you have no buy,
Hmm.
right? I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
you play with your teammate, like either both long or both cat. That way you
Yeah.
have like at least a fighting chance. But with no armor and just a pistol, being alone is like really, you're gonna get mowed down.
I feel like the biggest problem about a bunch of these strats too is the fact that my team doesn't really kind of get the idea too.
Yeah,
Uh, like I feel like they also think same thing as like matchmaking as opposed to like a 5-man
right.
kind of strat. So we're stuck doing two A, one mid,
Yeah, the
and then
2A,
two
1
B.
mid, 2B
And
default.
because of that, like we're just like one person's watching an angle, like one person's watching one like
Uh-huh.
entry point as opposed to like 2 people watching a certain like entry point. Like instead of me and TK like taking over
Yeah,
long,
yeah, yeah. Was there anyone like kind of IGLing or no? Just everyone's kind of doing their thing.
I feel like I was the one kind of just maybe was suggesting strats or something.
Yeah.
Again, and another thing too, nobody's really doing util.
Yeah, I see that.
Like, we got two people with god ass fucking aim
Nice, good kill.
and no util.
Yep. Yeah, your team doesn't have anyone that knows util, huh?
Yeah,
Like lineups and stuff.
yeah.
TK with that hot MP7 buy.
Tim.
Look at that util.
Yeah.
See, with those two mollies, they don't even have to check car anymore. They can literally just focus on you here. Yep. It's unfortunate. Let's just go forward. Okay, this time you're gonna give up Cat to play here with your teammate.
Yeah.
Oh,
They flashed themselves.
yeah.
No, they did it
Those-
twice.
That was Will's double flash, bro. Like,
Ooh, ballsy repeat.
I didn't even notice that Will like went through, and I got yeah,
There's always that small chance when you unpeak, someone slips through.
yeah. On top of that, I think as a team we forcefully fought instead of trying to save the times as well.
Yeah. Okay, so you should hear no one. They should call out B, so you're gonna push.
Yeah.
Ooh, always check. So this spot right here, that's corner.
Behind. Gotcha.
Whenever you come out that door, you always check
Mhm.
there. This is at higher. Well, if they're not rushing, but they do like a 3B, one mid, one A, they
Mhm.
just keep one here, even behind
Yeah.
the car sometimes.
yeah.
But yeah, I do that a lot because this is how you kill, get a free kill if you don't check. So
Okay.
Like,
it's
I always
fine to
try to.
push. It's just you gotta check that because he could even mess with you and like knife you and whatever. Then they get more money. Okay, so you should have heard lower. Yep. Good kill. Take his gun. I don't know what gun he had. I think he only had a pistol.
Yeah.
Alright, you're gonna take this. So this is good. You have 3 teammates over there. Now you're applying pressure on this side.
Yeah, I get killed by Will here. I pushed through the smoke. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So this is not so much your fault, but a team fault. They should be coming in at the same time as you do this.
Okay.
So the second you're here, someone should be peeking doors. Someone should come out window. And that way, this guy, Will, has to choose between you and them. And if they choose
Yeah.
wrong, he can get traded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But I'm assuming you die here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who's number 4. Oh, it's Betsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is swung on by a Mac 10.
Right here. Yeah. Rip. But yeah. That's just like a coordination thing. So maybe next time just like wait by the smoke and then like watch your map. I don't know how your map looks, but
It's just default map, so I may have to adjust it. a
yeah,
little bit.
so definitely I'll show you after how my map looks, and the reason why it's so helpful is because you can see where your teammates are and exactly like what to do, like where they're looking, so that way you can say, okay, let's go now, and then you can see where people are checking too, so that you check the spots that they don't check. It's kind of like Valorant, you see the vision cones, except
Mhm.
you don't see the vision cones here, but you see at least where they're looking. Not in this demo, but on the minimap it'll show. Okay, flash peek. Oh, you get flashed, so you're gonna fall back. there. He's gonna swing on you. You lose that fight. Negative. Nice. Did you have util that round? Other than the flash?
I saw. Let's look at it again then.
Oh, the run before that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I saw a single flash.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh. Is that goofy replay system?
Here you go. Is this it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a single flash.
Yeah.
I was dead poor.
Yeah, you were poor. Okay. There's nothing much you can do. Yeah. You just get flashed and then
Unlucky.
one small thing then for
Uh-huh.
that is shit. Let me follow it. Okay. One small thing, I would hide it. So if you ever get flashed, try not to be out in the open. Try to tuck yourself all the way into the wall. So at least
Okay.
he has to swing a little longer and you might have a little bit more of a chance. You'll probably still die, but like it increases your chances a bit.
Yeah.
So
Also
if you
said
get, yeah.
I was gonna tell him like overall try to learn the spawn timings of where people could be during the map, because like going for aggressive play on cat is fine, but like timing wise you did it kind of late.
Yeah.
I was generally recommend someone actually fast cat you if you want to like be that far up cat.
Okay.
Right here you have a Negev. You have enough for a smoke, so that might be useful if they will. If you hold this down, so like this is fine. Right here you can smoke it, and that would actually stop him from pushing if he decides to, and also saves you some ammo because smokes are powerful. You gotta reload soon. All right. Okay, you decide to
And I get
push.
punished for this.
Ooh, Andrew just knew.
I would say yeah, Negev definitely has its uses while holding in angles and like locking down area, but it's fairly
It's
weak
really
while
bad.
pushing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really bad for pushing. So if you decide to like, Negev is more of like a, I'm gonna lock down this entire angle for a while. That's what a Negev is pretty much for.
Okay.
A P90 is for like SMGs in general are good for pushing because you can run while shooting and it's fine. It's pretty accurate. And so yeah, in that situation, I would have just stayed long. Falling back's the safer option with that gun. But yeah, you see me like be a hypocrite and break my own advice because I actually do push with the Negev sometimes. It's like bad. You're not supposed to do it, but yeah, as a general rule of thumb, you don't really push tight angles with it. But abusing spawn timings with it is fine too. So
Yeah.
I pushed, I think in the Mirage game, I pushed underpass as CT and I pushed all the way up like B stairs and I caught Dan off guard.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why that was possible is because I abused the spawn timing to get into underpass without anyone seeing me, and then pulling out my Negev and then walking up the stairs. So that's just
Yeah.
like using the unexpectedness of spawn timing, not necessarily the gun. In that case here, you're pushing late, so if someone is there, you're probably gonna die because you're walking so slow with the Negev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say like in Dust2, spawn timings are extremely, extremely important, right? Once that timer hits 0, you better like run to where you need to be straight away. All right, if you wait for even a single second, sometimes like your entire plan's over.
Yeah, that's pretty
What other
much like Dust2. Yeah.
what other maps would spawn timings be really important then?
I would say so. Dust2 in general is just a spawn time based map. Especially on T side, because let's see, let me show you. On
Because
T
by that
side, if
logic,
you get this spawn, that's a long spawn.
mm-hmm. Because like by that logic, if you're CT, wouldn't that mean you'd have to constantly switch up where you're playing from? Like
Yes.
sometimes you have to be from A, and sometimes you have to be from B.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this is the spawn, like
Yeah.
that, and then it gets randomly assorted. I think there's like two spawns back here, and then like a bunch over here. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot more spawn like positions on the T side. CT side is very simple. It's just 5 people like this.
Yeah.
So this spawn is the B spawn, and this spawn is the A spawn, the long spawn. If you get this spawn, you can usually get here pretty quick. You get there before they do, for sure. And then if you have an op, you can lock it down. The counter to that is obviously the flashover, right? Um, but I think if a T has this spawn and CT has this spawn, it's like pretty close.
Yeah. I
Although
don't
I
know
think
if it's
CT wins.
really.
Yeah.
It's like the mostly it's like the YouTube battle. Um, like you could also play CT Dust2 with late spawns as well, but you need that util battle to get you into proper position in the first
Yeah.
place. Like if you're out late long, you need flashes and smokes and mollies to like take that control back.
Yeah. So a common thing in Dust 2 is if you have a late spawn and you're playing long, right?
Yeah.
You can ask a teammate, whoever's playing with you on A, to flash back here for you, so that when they look, there's a flash that like blows up right here, so that you don't get blinded, but they do. So I can't really show you in the demo, but yeah, there exists a flash that does that.
Yeah.
I see.
And it's very powerful. So let's see. Other maps would be like Mirage CT side, Mirage T side. You can if you have there's a T spawn that can peek window the fastest.
Yeah.
There's also a A spawn that you can basically push ramp sometimes, and
Hmm.
they're not ready for it.
Yeah.
Um, I think the
What
maps
was
that
it?
don't really matter are like Nuke.
Hmm.
Nuke. What else? Vertigo. Vertigo too. There's not really much of a. Just the way the map is structured just makes it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. Um,
Okay.
what
I would
else?
say maybe it also depends on what kind of plays you're going to, because like so let's say on some maps like overpass or
Ooh,
like
Overpass
it
has
doesn't
a
matter
few.
some of the
Yeah,
time, yeah,
yeah,
and some of the time, but if you're going for rifle plays, typically not.
yeah,
I'd say maybe Inferno. Usually spawn timing doesn't matter.
yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. What's
What's
Hello.
up?
up, Andrew?
We are reviewing
I'm in it
Ivan's
yet
Dust
again.
2
Yeah.
P90. Okay, you got info. Your team should be fighting. You're gonna push. At this point, you can choose to go long, which is the better option here. Good. Okay,
Oh, is this
so
the is this the
This is the
P90?
bullshit one. This is the bullshit one.
Yeah.
so you
The
should have the
P90.
call out that they're crossing now,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
if you have your map set up properly, you can see them
Hmm.
crossing.
Delete this
Yeah,
clip.
I would speed up here. Yeah, I wouldn't be so careful,
There's
but your
no
team
point in
is
holding.
disengaging.
No,
Yeah.
the thing is,
Yeah.
I notice from playing these 10 mans, someone's always watching this, especially Austin. That's how he always gets me.
Well, then fight it instead of just holding. I'm not gonna
Well,
go push you.
that's another thing.
Uh,
So, depending on who's alive, you can know their tendencies, which is what I do a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, I tab and see who's
mhm.
left, and then I say, oh, it's Albert. I know, like, he's probably gonna do something ridiculous, pushing a smoke or something, so I'm more
Mhm.
wary of it, you know?
Mhm.
Um, Same thing with, like, knowing how, I don't know, like, Max plays. He's like very aggressive on CT side and baits his team on T side. So you just know, right, how they play. Um, but yeah, so
Delete this.
it's very strange that your team decided to fall back. when they
Yeah.
did have CT. They're just kind of wasting their own time here. That's a good
Yeah.
shot.
But also very strange that the
That's
T side
garbage.
took long control, did not plan for long, and is not even looking at long.
Wait.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What's
Why-
going
why-
on here?
Yeah, why did
How
I
did
shot
the
earlier?
car? Whose car?
That's Max, dude.
That's
Yeah,
why
see, Max is
Austin was
baiting.
malding all of this game.
Yeah, I was yelling at him for half of the
Look at
game.
that. Look at that bait. Holy shit. Wow. What a
I remember I was really mad after what happened in this round.
Yeah, that was good on your part. You did
Uh-huh.
what you needed to do. I don't know why your teammates fell back.
Hmm.
Your teammates should have just pushed up CT when you were at long doors.
Uh,
I assume they win anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I hate
Andrew, I'm sorry.
so much.
Were you that low actually?
No, I wasn't. I think I was like
I think you dinked
No,
him
he
like a
headshotted
couple
him.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
now you
shit.
have a scout, Molly, smoke. You
And
can buy a flash still.
Yeah.
So let me teach you the buy. So in order of priority, in terms of utility, right? Well,
Mhm.
for highest priority is armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Against T side with helmet. Against T side with AKs, you don't need to buy helmet. But if you know that there's a chance that some of them might be a little broke and they're using something else, then a helmet's good.
Yeah.
Then after that is your gun. So the gun determines how you play in terms of like what angles you're trying to aggress on, what angles you're peeking, what spots you're playing, you know? Because
Mhm.
SMGs are better for close up angles, pushing through angles. Um, Shotguns are good for close angles as well, but not really so much as pushing. Especially fighting long angles, you can't really. Deagle is good as a shoot, take a couple shots and fall back kind of gun.
Hmm.
Um, Rifles make you play in a certain way, and then snipers make you play in a certain way, right?
Yeah.
So first armor, then your gun. After that, then it's smoke, molly, flashes, and then a kit. And then if you have extra money, then it's helmet after that. That's buying priority.
Hmm.
Because the armor at first, like armor no helmet, will uh, take away aim punch, so that allows you to aim. If you get shot without armor, you can't aim. Um, and then your gun determines how you play, and then utility helps you play with your gun, and then the defuse kit ups your odds of defusing the bomb if it needs to be, and then the helmet just ensures like you never know. Sometimes you get dinked through a wall too,
Hmm.
through with an AK, so that helmet at the end might save your life sometimes.
Yeah.
And then
And
upgrade your
sometimes I
pistols
just
like the
decide to buy the
last
Mac 10 for the entire half.
yeah. But yeah, that's how you should prioritize your buys. So in this case, I would have taken a flash, and you could still afford the defuse kit. Molly's fine.
Good Molly.
It's good. I would throw the smoke right now. But you're just gonna hold it, save the smoke. That's also fine. Save it for later. It's kind of quiet.
Oh, good the timing there.
Go over to you here.
Did you get a call, cat or something like?
I got a call that there's gonna be mid.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard mid.
Yeah, mid
That's-
B,
then-
mid
then
B smoke right
obviously-
there.
Yep.
Yep. Start early rotate, that's fine. Do you know how to peek over this? There's a way to.
I do not. Is it
Okay.
the boxes?
It's
Yeah,
the
somewhere?
that box. So right there. Can't really show you. Look right here.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. There's a little ledge that you could jump up onto the second ledge, which is the first whole box, and then you can kind of have a one way.
Okay.
And no one will know how to smoke off that. There's a way to smoke off that too, if they really want to be safe, but usually no one does it. You're gonna push it, that's fine. Go aggressive. Ah. If your teammate came with you faster, you might have been able to pick one off. And it could have been a 2v3.
I just take my chances
That-
here.
Yeah, you're gonna try to take the fight.
Oh, that.
Oh, good try.
goodness.
What's your teammate doing?
I don't know, Tim.
Yeah, your teammate's not playing with you, so you'll lose
Yeah.
around 100%. Alright, let's see how you buy. Armor helmet, SMG. Another thing
Yeah,
too is
I
like-
forgot intel here. My bad. Go
Yeah.
on.
another thing too is like you can see what your teammates are buying too.
Yeah.
And so if they are full buying, like they have rifles, util sets, armor defuse kit, then you should also kind of match what they're doing. So since they're full buying, you should buy as much as you can too. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If they're buying light, so like let's say you have like a weird amount of money where you can't afford rifles, which is kind of like what happened to you in this situation. But let's say the whole team was like that, then you can decide to either save, but I would actually do a light buy. And the difference between that is saving, you're not buying anything. You might buy like a pistol, but a light buy makes sure that you have enough to buy the next round. And that's kind of dependent on what's called loss bonus, this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can check right here. You can press tab and then press right click to mouse over this, and you can see how much you're gonna earn if you lose, which is minimum round bonus basically. You'll get this much, right? 3,400 plus your 900, you'll have enough to buy next round. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you should know like for CTs how much around how much you need to have a rifle, armor and util.
Yeah.
I think it's like over 4,000 at least. Same thing on T side, it's like 4,000 basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to just ballpark it. So now it's 3,400 plus 900. You'll have enough to buy next round. That's good. So actually, in this case, saving your util might be okay. I don't think it's that bad of a decision because you can buy next round. Same thing with the rest of your team, except for BD or 8D Dan. He's gonna be not. He's gonna be broke next round. But he's taking the gamble with the op, which is fine. So it's all calculated. Buying system. It's like
Oh,
really.
no.
That was a bad flash. Who threw that? TK.
The teammate self flash. Oh boy.
Nice. Same. I would do the same. Hold that gap. Yeah, I'll try. Yee.
Really ballsy push if you're going through that cross smoke and knob.
Yeah, so the roles should have been reversed here with you and TK. TK should be like pushing up aggressively with the M4. You should be holding gaps in the smoke with your op.
Yeah.
I was
I
super
was not like good shot here.
Yeah, that's just
Oh.
unfortunate. Oh! Yeah.
I'm gonna get
yes,
clowned on that, you know.
Betsy with the big flank. Oh, was that
yeah.
the no scope?
Yeah, that's
That was like a
that's-
360, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, alright. Flash.
Shot with the auto.
That flash should be a little shorter, so you can throw it more directly at the ground. Ooh, that's a bad smoke. The reason why that's not your fault though, but that's a bad smoke by Dan. The reason why is that they can still flood out.
Yeah.
You're fucked anyways if they flood out. But yeah,
Some sneaky guy could have just walked around to behind that smoke.
you can even be
Well
inside
done.
it too, on top of the barrel or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no one's watching cat. Mid player should be watching cat. I guess someone did say cat, and then now you're here. Yeah, P90. You lose this fight. Oh. Well, yeah, you should have lost it a lot earlier. Yeah, P90. I don't know. I don't know what you can do there. I would have just pushed long
Yeah.
with it since you have a P90, but or what you could do here is hide on boxes like in sight in like underneath
Yeah,
crouched.
I thought it too, but by the time I already like, went up,
Too
I was
late.
already basically spotted. Yeah.
Yeah. You can even play back here on this ramp and just crouch and wait until they get close, like that guy right there. Because
Okay.
if you just crouched and waited, these are 2 kills that are way more doable than if you peek
Picked up.
like
Yeah. Okay.
fully cat. Yeah. So it seems like this is showcasing more. This demo is showcasing more. Your buying's improving. Um, but this one is showcasing more of like how you take your engagements.
Yeah.
There's some things you can change. You should hear that smoke, so that means someone might be mid. Yep. They might be creeping up cat right now on you.
Yeah,
Good push. Holy shit. That was good. Unfortunate that you were blind, but that was good.
Yeah.
I was molding after that round. I got flashed.
That was a big opportunity. If you had like just been a little bit to the left, that would have been crazy.
Actually, I was mulling after this. What happened here too? I just wanted Max to go peek down across the auto sniper, but then he threw a shitty cross smoke, and then I died.
Yeah, that flash is landing still a little too far. You see where it is?
Yeah.
It should be like over here.
Gotcha.
You could also throw like an, what was it, overhand one, like over the building.
Yeah, over there.
I see.
Where's my mouse? Hold it off. Yeah, you got the call out. See, if you have the call out that they're B, you can save that molly. Because this retake on B, you can use that for something.
I don't think I got the call up till a little bit later.
Till after you threw it, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Rip. You're gonna push here with them. Should go fast. All the fighting's happening. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, free kill right there.
Oh shit.
Famas. Alright. Yeah, CT side economy is very rough, huh? You like can't buy things
Especially
if you
if you're
lose.
losing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too much.
That's like the one thing about CT side. It's better to save on CT side in terms of like when you should save. Like if you ever think that you should save on CT side, you're probably
You
right.
should.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because just because of how tough the economy works on the CT side, that's just how it is.
On CT side, sometimes you might even have to do double saves.
Yep.
Like 3K is not enough to have a good CT half.
Yep. Like a full CT buy, I think is like 5K.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think you can get away with like 4K, but like 5K is a actual full buy with like full util and everything. So, yeah. Whereas on T side, it's like cheap. You're going for a big flank. Should be going. I would run all the way up to the door. Because you don't know, but I guess you have this, so yeah, if you were a little faster maybe you would have caught that. Just see that, like, little
Yeah.
bit, like couple seconds, if you had run a little bit more, you would have gotten Max because he was lit, and then you would have had bomb down. That completely changes the outcome of this round. But now you have to take the long fight. And you win this one.
And Austin was malding. Oh yeah, I remember this round.
That flash didn't
He,
do
he
anything.
wins this one actually.
Yeah.
Because
So
Max held a pretty bad angle.
yeah, I see that right now. But yeah, that flash didn't do anything. A better flash is just straight up.
Up, like straight up.
Yeah, straight up. Because
Okay.
he's looking this way. You don't want the flash to ever go behind him. And that's
I
what
see.
that did. Because if it goes behind him, that's only gonna blind you if you look. You know. So you want to either throw it back here behind you or just straight up works.
Okay.
You choose this way. Oh, lucky. I would have just jumped up again on this side. But yeah, that was a risky peek because usually when they have a scoped gun, they'll hold ramp side, this side.
Mm-hmm.
But you win. Good job.
Actually, Max did decide to go hold ramp, right? But he got because
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets capture kill.
God damn it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one smoked it, huh? Oh wait,
I don't
no, that's CT. CT kills
CT
him.
onto.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn. Did Andrew peek you mid? Andrew, were you looking mid?
Yeah, I was looking mid and
Yeah,
then
and
just
then
wanted to fight.
Albert peeked you. Yeah. Ooh, so this Xbox smokes basically tells you they're cat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I remember what he got.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, the cat. Your teammate's coming. It's actually a pretty good flash there. Let's see. Crosshair placement.
I was for that one. I was aiming for higher up.
You
As opposed
yeah.
To...
You're aiming up there, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I was expecting that.
You have bomb, you should win. Good. Alright. Okay, T side. Okay, so you go for the
Tech 9 flash.
Tech 9 flashby. Alright. And what's the plan? B rush? Alright, let's see it.
I think your team gets halted by one.
Go flash in. Oh, fuck. Unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, if your team's not coming with you, I would have just abort. I'd just be like,
I think
fuck
the thing
that.
is though, like, I feel like I was the only one I think buying smokes and trying to like extinguish the flames.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm like,
Yeah, there's no hope there. I'd be surprised if you still win. Nope. Mac 10. Force? Force by Rush B. Someone has a smoke for the Molly.
yeah, I was looking at something else while.
Yep. And then you're gonna go through. Let's see. Oh, who is that blocking everyone? Was that Betsy?
Possibly.
Betsy went. No! She ran back into tunnels. No. That almost got everyone killed.
She's not
Hey,
that
that's right.
now.
That's true. There's probably a lot of comment actually with the Betsy vlog review.
It may take 2 hours for one game.
No shade, Betsy. If you're no fucking I first got pissed at me. If you're still, I was taking.
Nice Molly. Actually, Betsy got pissed, and rightfully
Yeah.
so. Actually,
Oh shit.
She got wrecked.
Nice, but she's not gonna get that one. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Where were
How
people
would you die?
playing? Where were people playing post plant? Two behind doors, and then where was the other one? Tunnels?
I don't recall.
I
I think so.
Yeah.
Question mark?
Uh, Someone should have played plat. Yeah. Someone should have played plat or like under window. That would have delayed. See look at the time, right? Just a
Mm-hmm.
little bit longer, and you would have won. And that's just by splitting up and being in different places. You automatically add more time.
We were always so late.
I had noticed.
We're-
Yeah, you're
You're
basically.
always so late. Like I get annoyed by that a little bit.
Yeah.
but-
This is the most epic play of all time. The dry peek on the cat. I love it.
Oof.
The knife out.
Knife out.
Bravery.
Nade out. If you're in front, you shouldn't be throwing nade out unless you're setting yourself up for the entry based on spawn timing. But otherwise, you have your gun out.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta be both you support and entry.
No.
Oh, the self flash.
Nice. You're entering. You should just go. Take his gun. Oof.
And I get autoed, of course.
Yeah.
Like I just
43.
gotta like provide enough
Uh-huh.
support for my two head killers, you know.
See, in that case, what I would do is just tell Albert and Dan to just entry, right?
Mhm.
Like they should be the first ones in, and then you throw the flashes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you're the support player.
Okay.
But
And
yeah,
I know you don't. Yeah.
don't enter, don't support for yourself as entry. There's only some cases where that's okay, and that's only if you're abusing a spawn timing, because there's no way they could be there, right?
Mhm.
But yeah. Who's entry? Dan?
Yeah. Also, another thing. I
He
know you
gives
guys
up
don't
his
have a lot of
entry.
T rounds to play around with, but Dust2 is an op map, and you're kind of just shooting yourself in the foot by not grabbing ops on T side.
Yeah.
The op is so strong on T side.
No one's playing the. No one's playing this.
Yeah.
Someone should play that. I don't know who, but someone should. Because you get so much info if they don't smoke it. They are smoking it, which is like good on them, but since no one's watching it, they're actually just wasting a smoke.
Hey, that's a forehead. That's forehead play, dude. We get have to waste $300.
Ooh, okay. I like it. I like it. The quiet Contel contact play. You do have a smoke, and there is a smoke from mid to B right here that you could have thrown as support.
Actually,
Yeah,
I think
and
Dan does try to go for it, but you'll see what happens next.
it's too late at
Uh-huh.
this point. They already saw you. Like, if you had that, so if someone does have that smoke right here, they throw it here, it lands here. And now this guy
Sucks
cannot
for CT.
see you, right?
Yeah.
So,
The
yeah.
only smoke I know on this map.
Mid to B. Yeah, mid to B is like one of the most important ones. So. Ah! Yeah, no, it's too late at that point. Because he's just gonna spam it, and he already saw you. It's different if you threw it and then let him spam a couple shots and then you go, you know? But like, because he already saw you, he's just gonna spam it and he already knows like where to aim.
Yeah.
Oh, reset!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, I just said it like 2 or 3 times. I was so fucking sad.
Okay, let's watch that spray again. This is a mechanical thing at this point.
Yeah.
Here.
I was about to say, not only do you commit to that bad spray, you also block your teammate from helping you out by standing in the door.
So
sad.
you threw that flash a little early.
Uh-huh.
If you threw it a little closer, you could peek off it. But like right now, they're already unblinded.
Yeah.
And now you're peeking into them. So you're pre-firing at car. Now you're readjusting. But you go past them.
Action time.
Yeah, so let's see. Jesus, it's funky controls. Okay. So yeah, at this point you should just reset, especially if he's falling. If he's falling, he's not gonna be able to hit you really. So you take that time to reset here, and you would have
Yeah.
killed him. Yeah. At this point, I don't think you know the spray well enough, huh? So
And
it's
that's the
just
point.
luck at this point.
You commit to your bad spray, and your teammate is just literally stuck behind you.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. He's just stuck there.
Yeah, what could have happened was pre-firing's fine. You weren't completely stopped when you did it, so that's another thing. So you're supposed to counter strafe that spot, and then you react to that guy up top. That's fine. You're committing a couple bullets to that, but the second he jumps off, you can take like two steps out. Even though that guy's there, it's okay, right? Because if you take 2 steps out, your teammate can come out here, and at least you trade that guy. Now it's 1v1 against that guy, but because now it's 1v2. Oh,
Is that a
unlucky.
dry peek against an auto?
Yeah.
Oof.
He didn't have money for anything else, though. Yeah, well. Although TK does, Albert does.
Yeah.
Where are the flashes?
That's it.
I'd say, man, yeah, you can work on your entry pathing too. Because if you're the first guy out, your first priority actually is not to really go fight and get a kill. It's just literally to go make a path for your other teammates so they can get in.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like you'll see me right. For example, with that long quarter right, I don't even have a gun out. I just run with my knife. I jump to the left so like I get like 4 dudes behind me.
Yeah. Slow B. Take mid. Okay, so here you're just lucky as a team that no one's pushing long. If someone
Yeah.
played like you on CT side, you'd be so fucked here. But who's playing long? Zero? Is that Eric? Yeah, Eric's a very passive player. So you're just lucky that Eric's playing long and not Ivan. Not your alter ego on the other team.
Yeah.
Usually,
Oh.
you should split up to
I got the
default.
funniest kill here. The reason why I stood out in the open, my W key fell off, and I was stuck there.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was so sad. That's the end.
That is the
Which one?
end. Gonna show you what my map looks like.
We will drive them from our land.
See my map? Is Ivan there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you see my map?
Mhm.
Yeah. I can see the whole map. So even if I'm fighting here, I can tell what's
Oh
happening.
shit!
on
How
B.
do you do that?
All right, it's time to work on everyone's configs. I can even zoom in, zoom out.
Actually,
Oh,
one thing I told Andrew I'd give him, but I forgot. Actually, Alvin, you can just give him your own jump throw bind. Because none of you guys have your own jump throw binds.
Yeah. Mine's on 4, so I don't cycle to any grenade as well. Um, but yeah, so
Let's go, let's go.
look at this. Look at that. You can see where your team's looking,
Grenade.
right? That's like the biggest thing for me is this. So if I'm lurking here, I can take a peek at what's going on with my team, right?
mhm.
Look at them, they're going mid. But I know that someone could have pushed tunnels. So now I should be watching this too, because someone could have went around through, right? So like having this kind of map helps tremendously.
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, this is like elevating your gameplay to the next level here. But yeah. Let me throw my... Well, okay, so do you guys know how to set up custom configs?
No.
You just enter into the console.
Okay, there's a lot more to it than that. Like having an actual file for it. So that way you have it consistent, even if like your game updates or something happens. I think jump throw binds don't save as well, so you have to run that over and over again. So
I see.
it's a file, it's a CFG file inside the CFG folder. So if you go to the Discord on some good tips,
It's all the way in the back.
on the games Discord underneath general and bot, there's a channel for some good tips.
Yeah, within some good tips, is it like really high? Oh,
I don't know, it's
there's
like,
not even that many posts in here.
yeah. Yeah, because I locked this channel and it's only just for the tips. So that file right there called imatv.cfg is my entire config. Those are all my settings. If you run that file in the game, you'll get exactly how I play the game, basically.
So do you just download it and then enter it into the config every game?
Yep, pretty much. And you can change it. So if you open it up in Notepad, hold on, I'm gonna share my screen and not Discord. Hold on, how do I do this?
How long
Oh
was
well,
that VOD review?
pretty long, but here, let's show you here. So you see this file?
Yeah.
I can explain how it is. So if you open up that file on the Discord on Notepad, then you can see what's going on here. So anything that has these two characters in front, this double slash, are comments. So these don't actually run. They're just there. And then this is all the commands that run. And they're kind of organized. So these are all my binds. 1, 2, 3, all this. All binds. I have the most important things. This is standard. The 1, 2, 3 are standard. I don't have 4 bound to anything normal. My 4 is my jump throw bind, which is down here. This allows me to like jump and throw the grenade perfectly every time, basically. And there's certain lineups that you have to have that bind to do it consistently, you know? Um, what else is there? Can you see me highlight things?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, I have my flash bound to F. This is flash. G is smoke. I should do this, actually, so that you know. Once you download it, you know what's what. Because right now it's like kind of cryptic. Um, this is melee. Slot 5 is bomb. Slot 9, slot 4. Oh, I know why that's there. This is for like hide and seek only. um, WASD, yada yada. E is use. My spray's on H. I can so for matchmaking, you can mute. You can disable all voice comms. That's my G button. That's
Amazing.
very useful for matchmaking. For our 10 mans is whatever. We have Discord, like, and we actually provide useful comms. But like in matchmaking, you have cancer, so this is
Look, I
such a
provide
useful.
the best comms. Okay.
um, M is just map or switching teams. N is no clip. My Q is my decals button. So that's if I switch back to CS:GO. Whoop, change windows, CS:GO.
We
Go
just
back
left
here.
there.
Oh no, Andrew's internet died.
Oh.
What?
Oh no. But yeah, so
Oh shit.
Oh,
I have a bind for clearing blood. Or bullets. Like you see the bullet holes?
Yeah.
I can press Q to clear them.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it also clears blood. So there's a lot of times where you're like looking somewhere like here, and you shoot, and you leave like a bunch of blood on the back, and it's kind of harder to see them. You can clear it.
I see.
Yeah. Let me switch back to Notepad. I have all my grenades on different keys. What else? This is some meme stuff. This is the plus and minus to zoom radar in and out. That's the whole thing with this. You can change the zoom.
Hmm.
Um, where's the rest here? V is Molly. Oh god. X is decoy. Where's
Hey,
C?
welcome
Cool.
back.
yo.
Welcome back.
Wow, Spectrum actually fixed their problem.
C is HE grenade. This is mute team comms. My alt is my push to talk. But yeah, that's all there. Mouse binds, so there's some things on my mouse like mouse wheel down jump. That's how you b-hop. This is just meme stuff. Where
Oh,
else?
you have to. Is that how you fucking bind that
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
I bet you play better. See, like, yeah, life's not out to get you.
Even with
Yeah.
Alright, whatever. Even with. My god.
yeah. Crosshair settings. What
Ugh.
else? Display settings. So this is the stuff that you shouldn't copy or shouldn't touch because some of this stuff might mess up your settings, especially if you play like stretched or different resolutions, then this will screw you up. I
You just
do have
comment it all
netgraph
out.
1, and this is that text on the bottom. You see my FPS
Yeah.
in some of the stuff. Yeah, that's what that's for.
If the only thing I want is the jump throw bind, can I comment everything out?
Yeah, you can literally just make your own .cfg file. So I have a bunch. So if you
How
look
do
here,
you
I have.
how do you quickly switch between configs?
So you just make another file called whatever you want .cfg, right?
Yeah.
And then as long as it's in the right folder, in CS:GO you can type in let me show you. In CS:GO you can type in exec and then whatever that file is called. So for me it's I'm a TV, right? And if I run it, it'll run all the commands. I have
Mhm.
other I have other things like practice, which is another CFG for custom server settings, and that is this mode
Come on,
Yeah.
let's go.
where you have infinite time and infinite money, pretty much, and it shows your impacts, shows your nade throws.
Smoke.
So yeah, there's a lot of cool things you can do with CFG files. So you can for Andrew, you can literally just take this, right?
Yeah.
This bind, copy it into another file called andrew.cfg, Phoenix.cfg, whatever you want, and then
Sure.
change this number or whatever you want the key to be bound to. Just change that. Right now
Oh.
You can
for me it's
name
for
it autoexec.cfg to
yeah, if you
avoid
wanted
having to
to
type in
yeah,
exec.
yeah. The reason
So
why
then,
I don't have that is because I have a bunch of CFGs that I want to run sometimes. So I
sure.
do it manually.
So then that's all I have to do. Like I don't have to put any of the other stuff.
Correct.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Yeah. I highly suggest eventually you have your own file that you can back up. That way if you go to another computer, then you have at least everything. What else is there? View model. So this is actually how I get my view model to be in the middle. Quake style. Mouse and sensitivity, network stuff, radar. So this is the stuff that you want for radar.
I should start dinner prep soon.
Nice.
See you guys around. Probably come back later.
Let's see you later, man.
But yeah, I can copy this over, Andrew. I'll paste it actually somewhere that's useful.
Actually, I'm looking for it right now in the file. I should be able to find it.
Okay, yeah. All the radar stuff, and then that jump throw bind, and then there's like radar adjustment binds. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna one sec.
Yeah, the radar adjustment binds are, I think, right
Worth
after the
keeping.
normal binds.
Are
And
they worth
those,
keeping or?
the radar adjustment binds?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll need it because some maps do not scale well, like Nuke.
Oh. Oh.
Because it's a vertical map rather than a horizontal map, so
Forgot
you
about
actually
that.
want to zoom it in a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you definitely want these radar adjustment binds. That way you can adjust it on the fly if you need to.
Okay.
But yeah, those are the most important, pretty much. Radar, jump throw, and keep more radar binds. But yeah, that's how you do it.
Thanks.
Yep.
View model I can